Assalamualaikum.
Hi, we are
From
AC2205A.
Hi, my name is Nadia Shamira binti Azizuddin.
My name is Nur Afifah binti Ismail.
My name is Nur Hasanah binti Muhammad.
My name is Nur Amira Amin binti
Mine is Siti Fatin binti Muhammad Didin.
Emotional intelligence is a set of abilities to perceive and express emotion, assimilate emotion in thoughts, understanding the reason with the emotion, and regulate the emotion in oneself and others. First dimension, awareness of own emotion is ability to perceive and understand the meaning of your emotion. Second, management of emotion is the ability to manage your own emotion. Management of own emotion goes beyond display of that desired emotion in particular situation. Third, awareness of other emotion is ability to perceive and understand other emotion. Last but not least, the management of other emotion is the ability to manage others people emotion. There is two types organization. First, organization citizenship. Employee with good organization citizenship behavior will assist co-workers to solve the problem and share the work resources. Second, maintain work attendance. Employees who experience job dissatisfaction or work-related stress are more likely to be absent or late at work.
Extrinsic motivation, motivated to perform an activity to earn a reward or avoid punishment. There are, for example, studying to get an A+ in examination. There are two types of extrinsic work value. First, choices of job. Choices of job is you feel free to choose your work, to use your best judgment to select those work activities that make the most sense to you and to perform them in ways that seem appropriate. Surrounding can be a benchmark to choose what you want. For example, you want to be an entrepreneur. Second is progress. You are encouraged that your efforts are really accomplishing something. By doing checklists, it can help in determining the progress of your work. Next is intrinsic motivation. To perform an activity for its own sake and personal reward. For example, motivation to finish mountain climbing. There are two types of intrinsic motivation. First is sense of meaningfulness. Sense of meaningfulness involves importance of the purpose you are trying to fulfill. You feel that you have opportunity to accomplish something of real value and you are on a path that is worth your time and energy. Second is sense of competence. You feel that you are handling your work activities well. It meets or exceeds your personal standard and you feel sense of satisfaction, pride or even artistry in how well you handle these activities. Halo effects a render of overall impression about an object and use that impression to bias rating the object. For example, a professor. The professor get a high rating from a student from all dimensions in the ability to motivate students, knowledge and communication, because the student like the professor. Next is central tendency. It is a tendency to avoid any extreme judgment. The judgment made in average weight even though the actual performance weight or height. Same example as halo effect, but the professor get average rating from student regardless of the actual performance.
This is the example for Maslow needs hierarchy theory. The model of Maslow needs hierarchy theory condenses and integrates the long list of drives and needs that contains 5 basic categories from lowest to the highest, which is physiological needs, safety, belongingness or love, esteem, and self-actualization. Physiological needs is the basic physiological needs are probably fairly apparent, which means that these include the things that are important to our survival. For example, every person needs to have a proper nutrient in order to gain and maintain a healthy life. For level 2, we have a safety needs. At this level, the needs for safety and security become most important. People want control and orders in their life. So, this need for safety and security contribution largely to behavior at this level. Some of these basic security and safety needs include the protection, security order, and law. For example, moving into a safety neighborhood to avoid undesirable things happen, finding a job, and other example of action motivated by the securities and the safety of needs. The social needs in the Maslow hierarchy includes the importance of love, acceptance, and belonging. At this level, the need for emotional relationship drives humans' behavior. Some of the things that satisfy this need include the family, affection, relationships, and teamwork. For example, it is important for people to feel love and acceptance by other people in order to avoid problems such as depression and others. Esteem. This level is regarding the needs for appreciation and respect to others. When the needs for all bottom already satisfied, in esteem needs begin to play more important role in motivating behavior. Besides that, it also becomes more important to gain the respect and appreciation from others. People have a need to accomplish and then level of effort to recognize. For example, people will be motivated when all his or her work being appreciated by the top management. The top level of Maslow hierarchy needs is the self-actualization. Self-actualization includes a growth need because people desire more rather than less of it when satisfied. Self-actualization people are self-aware, concerned with a personal growth, less concerned with the opinion of others, and interested in fulfilling their potential. For example, an employee will be glad if the employees under his or her management could achieve the company's goal by the end of the year. First is need for achievement. Need for achievement is people with a strong need for achievement want to accomplish reasonably challenging goals through their own effort. They prefer working alone rather than in teams, and they choose tasks with a moderate degree of risk. People with the needs of achievement also desire an ambiguous feedback and recognitions for their success. Money is a weak motivator, except when it provides feedback and recognition. In contrast, employees with a low needs of achievement perform their work better when money is used as an incentive. Next is need for affiliation. Need for affiliation refers to a desire to seek approval from others, conform to their wishes and expectations, and avoid conflict and confrontation. People with strong needs of affiliation try to project a favorable image for themselves. They tend to actively support others and try to smooth out workplace conflict. For example, high need of affiliation employees generally work well in coordinating roles to mediate conflicts and insist position where the main task is cultivating long-term relation. However, employees with lower need of affiliation tend to be less effective at allocating scarce resources and making other decisions that potentially generate conflict. People in decision-making position must have a relatively low need for affiliation, so their choices and actions are not biased by a person's need for approval. Next is need for power. In need for power, people with high need want to exercise control over others and are concerned about maintaining their relationship control. They frequently rely on the persuasive communication, make some suggestion in meeting and tend to publicly evaluate situation more frequently. MC Leland pointed out that there are two types of needs of power, which are individuals who enjoy their power for its own sake, use it to advance personal interests. Others mainly have a high need for socialized power because they desire to help others. For example, effective leaders should have a high need for socialized rather than personalized power.
The first advantage is teams can make better decisions than employees working alone. Work in teams can make better decisions, products and services, and create a more engaged workforce than employees that working alone. This is because teams membership can pull their ideas together to make a better product and solve the problems shared together. The next advantage is communication and information exchange may be facilitated and increased. Team members can quickly share information and coordinate tasks. People are potentially more motivated when working in teams than working alone. This is because employees have a drive to achieve and fulfill the goals of groups to which they belong. The third advantage is can increase employee motivation and engagement. People are more motivated in teams because they are accountable to fellow team members who monitor performance more closely. Employees' performance improves because they set up their co-workers as a benchmark of comparison. For the disadvantages, the first disadvantage is some individuals may be better or faster on some tasks since to work in team, sometimes quite time-consuming due to the need for coordination and consensus. The next disadvantage is work in teams can cause process losses such as cost of developing and maintaining teams. This is because less flexibility may be experienced in personnel replacement or transfer, and also the cost of training processes. The last disadvantage is conflict may develop between teams members or other teams, especially when it's free riding style occur where everyone just wanted to follow their own way. Okay, the first guidelines. We first, not me first. The first way to build and maintain team trust is by implementing the we first, not me first. Find a chances to collaborate and focus on mutual success, we first, rather than individual success, me first. Trust is built through the interpersonal intersections. For example, get to know people around us, try to spend time with them to build relationship with team, and always put priority in organization or department success. The next second guidelines is consistent communication. In order to build and maintain team trust on behalf of yourself, we should implement consistent communication. Excellent communication skills in the workplace cultivate an environment of trust and productivity. When everyone works together in harmony, daily tasks and challenges are overcome and accomplished with ease. For example, we should share the rationale behind business decision, not getting sucked into gossip and speculation, and being candid when we cannot share confidential information. The third guideline is don't place blame. When people work together, honest mistake and disappointments happens. This could lead people to easily to blame someone who caused this. However, when everyone starts pointing fingers, an unpleasant atmosphere can quickly develop. This lowers morale, undermines trust, and is ultimately unproductive. The last guideline is lead by example. If you want to build trust within your team, then lead by example and show your people that you trust others. Never forget that your team members are always watching and taking cues from you, and take the opportunity to show them what trust in others really look like. For example, if you manage a virtual team, aim to treat your team member just as you would if you were working face to face. This means making every effort to be on time for conference calls or video chats, and letting your remote team members know when you will be absent or on vacation.
The first sources of conflict is incompatible goals. Each department has different of goals. For example, production department prefer long production process to reduce costs, but for sale department want to deliver products to customer as quickly as possible. The second sources is differentiation. A difference in terms of idea, belief, values and experiences in a workplace between departments and or employees. For example, a manager wants a paperwork that he assigned to his worker to be done according to his idea without taking idea from the other workers. Third is interdependence. A level of task interdependence will lead to conflict. For example, three interdependence which are full, sequential and reciprocal interdependence. Next is poor communication at the workplace. A poor communication among department or workers can lead to a conflict. Information overload may lead to a sender to send the inaccurate information to the receiver. Lastly is scarce resources. When each unit of department requires the same type of resources to fulfill their own goals. For example, each department requires the same materials, financial and information. The first barrier is reluctant to delegate. Some managers are reluctant to delegate authority to subordinates. They believe that they can take a better decision than their subordinates. The subordinate will have less word and lost the commitment to implement the manager's decision. Second is fear of losing importance. Managers who feel comfortable with authority fear to delegate authority. They feel that it will diminish their importance. They retain their authority as a positional superior of an organization. Next is loss of control. Some managers opine that they will lose control by delegating authority to their subordinates. They feel that if they delegate authority to their subordinates, they will not be sure to achieve assigned responsibility from the subordinates. Lastly is fear of subordinates. Managers are reluctant to delegate authority if they fear that it will expose their shortcomings. They feel that their subordinate will perform better and may create problems in their own career.
Firstly is conscientious. Conscientious categorize people who are organized, dependable, goal-focused, thorough, disciplined, methodical, and industrious. However, people with low conscientiousness tend to be careless, disorganized, and less thorough. For example, employees with high conscientiousness are more organized in planning and managing their work schedule in order to achieve their company's goal. Next is determination. Determination is a key attribute that employers seek after recruits of graduates and for others important roles that share intelligence. Determination is closely associated with reliance, the ability to bounce back from setback rather than give up. For example, employees with high determination will not easily give up in order to achieve the organization goal.
The third term is extraversion. Extraversion is a state of primarily obtaining gratification from outside oneself. Extroverts tend to enjoy human interactions and to be enthusiastic, talkative, assertive, and gregarious. They take pleasure in activities that involve large social gatherings such as parties, community activities, public demonstrations, and business or political groups. They also tend to work well in groups. The opposite of extraversion is introversion, which characterize those who are quiet, cautious, and less interactive with others. Introverts do not necessarily lack social skills. Rather, they are more inclined to direct their interests to ideas than social events. As an example, introverts feel quite comfortable being alone, whereas extroverts love to join club or volunteering event. Okay, the last term is self-confidence. The concept of self-confidence is commonly used as self-assurance in one's personal judgment, ability, and power. Self-confidence is more specifically trust in one's abilities and capabilities to achieve for accomplishment of some. Self-confidence is one of the most influential motivator, and regulators of behavior in people's everyday life. For example, in order for top management succeed in giving a talk to their subordinate, they need to have high skill of self-confidence to speak in front of others.
The first importance is keep segregate organization continue surviving. For example, the shampoo brand Follow Me have to make a change because their product is rarely used nowadays. There is also do not make any advertisement about the product. Next, the second point is keep with the new technology, new market, new ideas, new invention, and new technologies. For example, Daya made an innovation that which the powder transform into liquid detergent. The third importance remain relevant to their customers. For example, Colgate product are toothpaste for their brands. In order to remain relevant to their customer, they have to make some changes on their products, such as changes in original flavor to mint flavor. The last but not least, increase probability of staying on schedule and budget that resulting in higher benefit and return of investment. For example, Nialofa Hijab plans to launch their new design scarf for Mother's Day to celebrate all mothers in the world. The objective is to attract customers to buy new scarf as present for their mothers.
B. 4 ways to manage workplace stress. First, change stress perception. Managers should help employees to improve their self-concept so job challenges are not perceived as threatening. Personal goal setting and self-reinforcement can reduce stress people experience when they enter new work setting. Second, control stress consequences can be controlled by regular exercise and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. A research has stated that physical exercise can reduce physiological consequences of stress by helping employees moderate their breathing and heart rate, muscle tension, and stomach acidity. Wellness program also can reduce workplace stress.
Okay, next is remove the stressor. Flexible and limited time, limiting the number of hours that employees are expected to work and giving them flexibility. Job sharing. Job sharing splits a career position between two people. Lastly is withdraw from stressor. An alternative strategy is to permanently or temporarily remove employees from stressor, such as giving them vacation or holidays and provide them game room. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Club or volunteering event. So aku introvert. Okay,
Dah habis.
dah. Satu lagi. Kat dah tu.
Bang, tak stop bang.
Tak stop ke? Wah, macam tu.
I tak stop.
Biar nak tengok.
Aku.
Stop dulu. Kenapa?
Thank you. Thank you.
That's all.
That's all. Thank you. Or on vacation.
Bye.